Hey, Dani K comes to you from Dani K Gym and Wellness. Today's tip comes to you from a couple of members. Basically, we got into a conversation about goals and setting goals. And sometimes in fitness, or maybe with anything, we always maybe tend to set our goals too high, and then we, seem like we can't achieve those goals, so then we stop, we don't continue, we get frustrated, that kind of thing. So my thought to the conversation that we were having, and to you, you guys watching, I'm sure that you guys, have set certain goals, and you feel like, after you've set them, shoot, they're too high, I can't do it, whatever, and then maybe you drop off, you don't continue with it. So with anything and everything, whether it's fitness, whether it's nutrition, whether it's a job, hey Marcia, hey David, hey Deb, whether it's whatever, hey Roxy, whatever it is that you're in your life are setting goals for. I mean, even if it's job oriented, if it's, I don't know, whatever it might be. Like, it could be the stupidest of things, the funnest of things, the healthiest. I mean, how many Pokemons you gonna get today? I don't know, whatever goals you're setting today, right? So set them small. And so in our workshop, I have a workshop every week on Thursdays, and I make them set just a goal that we're going to work on that week. So yes, we all have like our goals that, like these goals, like the ultimate, like let's just take it for like weight loss. If we have 60 pounds we want to lose, like that's the goal. That's the big goal, right? But there's all these little steps that we want to go through as well. It's like you see a staircase, and you don't just jump from this step to this step. You walk up these steps right here to get to the top, right? So basically, in setting goals, that's what you want to do with anything. You have an outline, have a layout, and however you might want to do it. You might want to put it down on paper form. You might want to just keep it up in your head. My thing is, in our workshop that we have every week, is I make them write it down, because of course I'm videoing it too, so they can go back and watch what their goals were if they forget. But when you write it down, it makes you remember, it makes you hold yourself accountable. Of course, you're speaking it out loud to the group, or to one person, to a friend. Maybe you record yourself, setting your own goals that you see yourself, right? You don't have to let anybody else see it, but it's holding yourself accountable. So a lot of times, if we set goals and we don't tell people, or we don't write them down, we just kind of shove them off, nobody knows, and so nobody knows that you failed, or that you succeeded, or that you tried and didn't, whatever, So basically, just set small goals at a time, ultimately getting to, I guess if you want to look at the staircase, the first stair to the last step, that's where you want to go. But, just set the small goals to step up each step and getting to that top of the staircase, right? So a lot of times we kind of fail when we just jump to that top step. So if you set your small goals, like in our workshop, like I said, in our workshop, it's obviously everybody wants to lose X amount of weight. But, they say for this week, what I'm going to work on is, and so we all know that losing weight is part of the deal in the workshop, right? So, so it's not, you can't just set, oh, I want to lose weight, I want to lose weight, I want to lose weight. So we all know that that's like the ultimate goal. But what are the little steps that we're going to take to get to that? And it's, a lot of times at our workshop that we have, and I keep referring back to that because that's one thing where in my mind, where we're talking and stuff like that those goals are there. And I said, that's kind of like a good idea for anything, whether it's job oriented, grocery list, or whatever, fitness, if it's whatever it might be, everybody sets goals, or everybody should set goals, and everybody has life goals. But do you go from here to there? No, you have to take those little steps. And so it's very important to make those little steps encouraging, and look at those little steps that you're making to get to that top of the staircase, so to speak. Good, you know what I mean? Like you should be proud of those things, Even if it takes you a year to get to the top of the staircase, 6 months to get to the top of the staircase, at least, be proud of those steps that you're taking to get to that point. Doesn't matter how long you get there. how long it takes to get there, as long as you're moving and making those steps toward getting there, right? So you set little goals that helps you, and then it kind of encourages you and keeps you encouraged as you're reaching the top of the staircase. So think about that when you're setting those goals. And I don't know if, you know, whoever's watching right now, like how many people have goals and, you know, are kind of stuck at achieving them. You know, leave a 1 if you're stuck at achieving them, and leave a 2 if you are achieving them, if you're making those steps. I'm going to take a little break here. Roxy says, Dani, because of listening to you, I have started a diet now. Just have to work out. Thanks, gotta run and I'm at work. Oh, don't get in trouble. Don't get in trouble at work. So right there, you know, it's like, so she started a little bit. Roxy started something, and now she knows she's got to go to the next step, the next step, the next step. And that's what it is. It's making steps in progress. You're not, I don't know anybody that's going from the mailroom to being CEO of the company without making certain steps to go, you know, through that company. And I'm seeing all the likes, so give me some likes, give me some loves here. But, you know, so make those little steps to those goals, and write down even the littlest of goals, the littlest of steps in progress that you've made. I like the little arts. You know, make those goals and be proud of those little steps that you're taking, because those are ultimately going to get you to the top of that staircase. So when you are setting those, you know, setting those big goals, make sure that you set those smaller goals. Like I said back in the workshop thing, ultimately, yes, the top of the staircase is lose X pounds, right? X amount of weight. But, you know, people are, you know, they're, okay, I'm going to be more positive. I'm going to get to the gym more. You know, so basically doing the action of getting to those, to that top of the staircase, to getting to that goal. So, I mean, you can say what you want, but you got to make those actions. You got to take the action to get there too, right? So being more positive. Okay, I can say I'm going to be more positive, but am I actually going to speak positive words, or am I going to stay stuck in that negative? So it's not just about saying, and that's why I say, like, if we write down our goals and like our little steps to the top of the staircase, if we write down those little steps and those little goals, those baby steps, we write them down, it holds us accountable. So we look back at our list and be like, oh, that wasn't a positive thing I said. Okay, so I gotta rearrange my thought process. I gotta rearrange my words. If they say that, you know, I'm going to make it 3 days in the gym and 2 days at the school track, you know, then they write it down, and of course the next week they are held accountable, not just because I say, hey, you know, did you guys achieve your goals, and, you know, what did you have issues with, and where did you falter, you know, what can I help you with. So if they said, well, my goal was to be at the gym 3 days and 2 days at the track, and I only made it 2 days at the gym and 1 day at the track, then they owe me money. They owe me $2. And of course I put it in the Relay for Life can, you know, so it's all for a good cause, but I'm holding them accountable and responsible for their goals, and they're speaking their goals. And so that makes it more, you know, more, I guess they actually, you know, they're stuck to doing them. And if they don't, there's a consequence of paying me $2 for Relay. You know, so make sure that you make those small goals and not just look at the big picture and like start freaking out, because that's what a lot of times people do, is they see the big picture, they see that huge weight loss that they have, or what they feel is huge weight loss, or, you know, if they are at the mailroom and they want to be the CEO of the company, they're like, oh my God, look at that, I can't make that, I can't do that. Well, if you look at it from bottom to top, yes, it's going to look like a huge, you know, like mountain that you can't climb. But if you take it one step at a time, you're going to be able to climb that. You know, so if you're in the mailroom, what's the next step you need to do? Well, you need to get into this office. Well, then after that, then what's the next step you need to do? You need to get into that. So think about your small steps to achieve your top step of the staircase, right? So make sure that you write them down, hold yourself accountable, do something, say something, you know, that makes you hold yourself accountable, that gives you a consequence, like in my workshop where they have to give me $2 for not meeting their goals. And every week they give me new goals. And sometimes they still say, well, I want to stay working on this particular goal because I didn't quite achieve it. So, so they're going to do that, but then they add another, goal or two, that is achievable. So it doesn't look like, oh my God, look at that whole huge staircase or that mountain I got to climb, right? So make the small steps, make those small goals, write them down, hold yourself accountable, take something away from you, or make that you have to put, $1, $2, $5, whatever in the jar, for whatever. And then what you can do, like for us, we put it in the Relay for Life jar. So it's a donation. But for you, you can either do that and make a donation at the end, or what you can do is look at, once you go through all those steps and make to the top of the staircase, and you lose the weight, or you get to the CEO position, or whatever it might be, and you have the money in the jar, maybe you buy yourself something nice, or give it away, donate it away, or whatever. But you've got that money that you can actually now do something with, buy yourself a prize for doing that, right? So there's all different kinds of ways that we can look at it, and it's different motivation, different goal setting, but we want to make sure that we don't look at that whole huge mountain and like, oh my God, it's impossible, I'm never going to do it. We have to break down that mountain, we have to break down that staircase and just take it one step at a time. So I hope that helped. Let me know below what goals you need to set, what goals you're going to set, what small goals you're going to set to make the huge goal that you have, right? So leave me some comments, message me on how I can help you on your fitness journey. And I love the little hearts and the little wow thing. It's just fun to be interactive like that. So it's like you guys are listening and you're catching it and you're getting it, and I love it. So leave me some comments on how I can help you further in your fitness journey, and or you connect to me with me on DaniKGymWellness.com or Dani K Gym Wellness on Facebook. And stay tuned, stay informed, stay motivated. All right, Dani, I'll flex. Bam! See you guys.